Martin, what makes for business success?
How long have you got? As you know, I founded a business in 1990 or thereabouts and sold it 15 years later um, for a reasonable amount of money. I employed 120 people when it was sold. It went from zero to that in about 15 years. So if you're asking why can I talk about this, it's because I've done it. And I made all the mistakes and paid for it, but I learned. So here we go. The most, or one of the most important things in business success is to be lucky. Um, that means being in the right place at the right time with the right thing. And you can't necessarily engineer that. It just has to happen. That's what happened to me. I wrote 2 articles for a computer magazine, and then the whole thing snowballed from there. I couldn't have forecast it. I knew a man who started 18 businesses. All of them failed apart from one. And that one that succeeded paid big time. He had an exclusive deal with a jean manufacturer in Hong Kong to sell the jeans in Europe. And the jeans became very fashionable for a period of time, and he cashed in on it. He did very well. His view was you can't predict these things, so why not have many goes at it? And that that introduces two things that you must have for your business to be successful. One is leverage. Now, he had leverage, obviously. He was the sole distributor in Europe. If people wanted those jeans, they had to go to him. So you have to have leverage. I had leverage in my business as well and used it. And you have to have a high barrier to entry. Otherwise, every Tom and Dick and Harry is going to be in there. And you're going to end up competing on price. So if you have no leverage and no high barrier to entry, then maybe you set yourself up as a paperclip distributor. But then there are going to be dozens of paperclip distributors, and you're going to end up fighting on price. The other thing that you need to do is not listen to professional advice. They will tell you to do your forecasts and budgets and spreadsheets galore. All of that means nothing when you start a business because you don't know how it's going to go. And even when your business gets going, don't do all that stuff. I knew a man who ran a business worth $1 billion who would not have budgets in his business. He just said they're meaningless, pointless things. Don't know what we're going to spend or when we're going to spend it. As your business grows, you really need to, how can I put it, have a strong sense for what's working and what's not working. For the things that are working, just do more of it. Forget about your spreadsheets with your forecasts on. And for the things that are not working, then you axe them. And a lot of people find that very difficult. The saying, which I won't repeat on here, but the saying basically goes something like this. You need to have the courage to kill your best loved things. And you need that in business. And a lot of people get hooked on their ideas of what people should buy and what people shouldn't buy. It doesn't work. Anyway, as your business continues to grow, then maybe you start to look for an exit. Don't get venture capital people or people like that involved. They'll just rip you off. I know that from experience. So try and find people who are in your business area who might be looking to acquire, and do it yourself in as far as you can. You might need some professional advice there, but overall, businesses are living things. You can't treat them as though they are something you can put on a spreadsheet. It doesn't work. So you have to be lucky, you have to have some kind of leverage, you have to have a relatively or higher the better, barrier to entry. And you need to have a good feel for what's working in your business and what isn't working in your business. And finally, don't bet the farm on it, because 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the first year. If you know, the banks will happily remortgage your property and whatever, because if or when your business does fail, they'll just happily put your property on the market for some horribly discounted price and then charge you a whole pile of fees for getting rid of it. So don't take risks. And above all, don't think that to get a business going, you have to spend a lot of money. You don't. Your business should start generating some kind of revenue and profit right from the start. If it's not doing that, abandon it and try something else. Anyway, that's my experience. Happily, things worked out for me, but there are lots of hiccups along the way, and you do need persistence. Oh, and finally, hard work doesn't do it. Don't think that the harder you work, the more successful your business will be, because a lot of people work very hard on something that is basically a dying thing. So what's the saying? You can drag a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And you can work 15 hours a day if you want on some business that isn't going anywhere, and it will still go nowhere. So hard work doesn't do it.